Hello and welcome to the bakingmad.com kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make a classic cheese souffle. Now there's nothing to be frightened about, they're not nearly as scary as everybody makes out, because basically it's just a cheese sauce with egg whites folded in. Yes, there's a little bit of a timing issue if you're going to serve it to a dinner party, but if you're making it for every day, it's easy. So first of all, the most important thing is to have a straight-sided dish and to butter it really well. And it is vital to cover it really evenly right up to the top. If there's any bit of the souffle dish that isn't buttered, that's where it will stick and then it won't rise and you'll get a wonky souffle. So take your time over it and butter it really thickly and really well. Some people coat the insides with some fine breadcrumbs too if you want, or even some Parmesan cheese. But I'm just going to butter it. Then we have to make a basic white bechamel sauce, and that's 50 grams of butter and 50 grams of flour. Then you gradually add half a pint of milk, just a little at a time, and you beat well until again the milk is absorbed and the flour thickens. Then add a bit more. And again, don't rush this stage, take your time to get it smooth and you get a lovely smooth cheese sauce and a nice well risen souffle. I'm just going to season it well with salt and pepper. It needs to be quite well seasoned because you're putting a lot of egg white in there. And I'm going to add a good dollop, about a tablespoonful of Dijon mustard. And then I've separated 4 eggs and I'm going to beat in the egg yolks. And that's why it's important to let it cool for a few minutes before you beat in the egg whites, otherwise you'll just scramble the eggs. And then I'm also going to put in about 100 grams of quite strong mature cheddar, or you could use a mixture of cheeses. You could use blue cheese, or you could use a mixture of Gruyere and Parmesan. But for my family, just like a good old-fashioned cheddar cheese souffle. So I'm just going to whisk my 4 egg whites until they form just stiff peaks. So when the mixture is ready, when it will form nice stiff peaks. Now I'm going to add the cooled cheese sauce into the egg whites and just fold the two together. Now believe it or not, you can actually make the sauce in advance, even the day before, and have it cooled. Then all you've got to do is fold the egg whites in before you bake it. Use a large metal spoon and cut the two together. So just folding them lightly. The whole point of a souffle is it's got to rise and be really light. So you've got to try and trap in as much air as possible. So use a big spoon, lift and fold, cutting through until it's evenly mixed. Okay, when the mixture is evenly mixed, you don't want any great big patches of white egg white, so it's fairly smoothly mixed. Just tip it into your greased souffle dish and it should come 3/4 of the way to the top. That just goes into the oven at 200 degrees centigrade or 180 fan, gas 6, for about 20-25 minutes for this size. If you want to do individual ones, they'll take about 12 to 15 minutes in little individual ramekins. So fingers crossed, that will hopefully rise up beautifully domed and crisp and light and fluffy. Oh, there we are. One lovely golden risen cheese souffle. Let's cut it open. It should be just set with a bit of a wobble inside. And have this with a little bit of salad on the side for supper. Delish.